Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jim Ross from 3 Mile Domination. Other day, local news station here in Salt Lake ran uh, editorial piece on the self-storage industry. Of course, being in the storage nerd, I was getting all these texts and emails going, "Turn on the news, we're talking about storage." So, whenever any other people got messages like that. Anyway, I thought I would play it and have you watch it, and I'll do a little commentary. See if that works there. Here we go.
Welcome back. It's been the fastest growing sector of the real estate industry basically for the last 40 years, bringing in nearly $30 billion every year. We are talking about the storage industry.
There are now more storage units in the United States than McDonald's and Starbucks combined.
Yeah.
So what are we holding on to, and why are we willing to store it and pay for it? Good for Utah's Kimberly Nelson has more in her special report, Stuffed. America is stuffed with stuff.
That's the whole meaning of life, isn't it? Trying to find a place for your stuff.
In the 30 years since Carlin's joke, rentable storage space in the United States has grown to a whopping 2.5 billion square feet. That's 7.3 square feet for every man, woman, and child in the nation.
It makes more money than Hollywood, and it kind of flies underneath the radar.
Extra Space Storage is one of the largest self-storage companies in the U.S., with 1,400 properties across the country and more than 1 million customers.
It's difficult to say who our average customer is because we have customers that range from ages 18 to over 90, incomes of zero to millions of dollars a year.
One thing they do have in common, they need space for their stuff.
People want to retain their things, and the reason they want to retain the items that they store in storage is they're usually going through a life transition of some sort. There may be a birth of a baby, a new job in a new city, construction at their homes. People want to retain their things to get to that next stage in life.
We joke that it's my hoarder's paradise.
A paradise CJ rents while he plans for his future paradise.
I have a small apartment, and so it's my staging area. So the idea is that I have a clean apartment, and then I put all my extra stuff here. And the idea is that I'll go through it, throw it away, and move on.
But CJ admits if he moves into a larger home, he may never really throw any of it away.
Is it excessive? Yeah, and that's why we joke that it's a hoarder's paradise. Like, why do I have stuff if I'm not using it every day? I'm working on it, I guess.
It's the reality of many of Brock Richardson's customers.
All right, got an idea for a new self-storage facility. Hoarder's Paradise. Come on. Go viral, you'll be filled in 6 months. Well, maybe not. Maybe a bad idea, but who knows. All right, keep it going here. Oops.
What are they holding on to?
Stuff.
Brock has been the manager of Canyon Rim Storage since 1991.
My brother was in real estate, and he kind of looked into it and thought it'd be a good idea.
And has it been?
It's been a pretty good idea.
According to the Self-Storage Association, the industry generated more than $27 billion in 2014 alone, making it the fastest growing segment of commercial real estate over the last 40 years.
Canyon Storage and U-Haul.
Brock's business model hasn't changed much in the last couple of decades.
All right. Maybe it's just me, but when I saw this guy's office at Canyon Rim Storage, I had a little panic attack. I would freak out if my one of my manager's offices looked like that with the sticky tabs everywhere and just the cluttered desk. But okay, it's not my site. Let's keep it going.
The only advertisement you'll see for Canyon Rim Storage is in the phone book, and yet business is better than ever. Out of 300 storage units,
I have one unit open.
more Americans are renting storage units than ever before. In fact, 9.5% of all American households currently rent one. And while most think they'll only need storage for a few months, many stay for a lot longer.
The very first guy I rented to in 98 said he'd be in for 3 months, and he's still here.
The same is true just down the street at Extra Space Storage.
Most customers think they're only going to need storage for an average of 3 months, but it kind of gains momentum and they end up staying for much longer than they think.
The storage unit business was designed to fill a need during life transitions.
Divorce, death, downsizing, and displacement.
Dr. Frank Page, a professor of sociology at the University of Utah, says that doesn't explain why some people rent storage units for years on end.
We have a capitalist consumer society. We're inundated with advertising all day long. And the advertisements say, you need this. Without this, you're inadequate. With this, you'll be more and you'll be better. We buy those things. We become attached to them.
Americans are motivated by the desire to have prestige and status, says Page. Owning stuff gives people a sense of security, which explains why in good times and in bad, people rent storage units so they can hold on to their stuff.
In a way, they're a privilege of the rich, but they represent desperation on those people who are downwardly mobile.
According to Dr. Page, the proliferation of storage units can be seen as an indicator of the well-being of our society.
Society behooves us to keep consuming. It says who you are is what you can consume and display, yet we don't have the money, and we have this period of downward mobility. It's left a lot of people who are faced with the situation of what to do.
Keeping up with everyone else while growing out of our homes, garages, and basements. Others downsizing and desperately trying to hold on to their identity. In both cases, they're renting space to store their stuff.
Isn't that what it's all about? Consumerism? It's just buying, buying, buying? Is that American? I don't know.
Kimberly Nelson, Good for Utah.
Les Schwab and Good Things Utah are celebrating people who are doing...
All right, there you go. Anyway, I found it interesting that of all things, self-storage made the news and did a little editorial piece on us. It's kind of fun being here in Salt Lake, and they're doing those flashes of all the self-storage sites. Like, I know them, I know where they're at, and it was interesting. I didn't catch it in that video, but in the written piece, they are interviewing that manager at that storage facility. Maybe they showed it, I just didn't catch it. But he was talking about how he only does advertising in the phone book. It doesn't even have a website and is that full. And it just got me to think, and he's not alone. I've seen plenty of sites that are like that. And again, they're doing well. I mean, great in this market right now. It's hard to find facilities that are have vacant units that have been around for a while. If you're in rental, it's a different story. But if they've been around for a while, plenty of them are full, and they have crappy websites, or maybe not, even one at all, like this manager mentioned. Be proactive though. It's not always going to be a sunshine and rainbows. Eventually, it's going to start coming in a downturn, and if you're not ahead of that curve by marketing and then putting your best foot forward, having a good website to be able to attract those customers and those leads, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt in a very short time span. So, that's what I got from that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.